She whispered, "Santa? I just want someone tonight." He smiled. "Then you found the right Santa." The snow fell softly over redwood pines, blanketing the quiet mountain town in a hush so deep it felt like the world was holding its breath. Streetlights flickered through the frosty air, casting golden halos on the untouched white below. Christmas Eve had arrived, but for Alyssa Carter, it felt less like a holiday and more like another night wrapped in silence. At 32, Alyssa had everything the world said she should want: corner office, designer clothes, a sleek apartment in the city. Yet, as she stood alone in her childhood bedroom back in Redwood Pines, staring out the frosted window, she felt utterly invisible. Success had become her armor, but loneliness had slipped through every crack. Her mother had insisted she come home for the holidays. "You've been working too hard," she had said. But she knew the real reason. Her parents worried. And maybe she worried too. That evening, she reluctantly agreed to attend the town's annual Winter Light Charity Gala, a modest event held in the old community hall, decorated with handmade garlands and twinkling fairy lights. She wore a simple red dress, no heels, no pretense, just her. Inside, laughter and warmth filled the room. Children darted between tables holding paper lanterns, elderly couples swayed gently to soft piano music, and volunteers handed out cocoa with cinnamon sticks. And then she saw him. Standing by the fireplace, wearing a slightly too big Santa suit with a crooked hat and a beard that looked suspiciously real, was a man with kind eyes and tired shoulders. He wasn't jolly in the commercial sense, but there was a quiet strength in his presence, a stillness that drew her in. Alyssa wasn't planning to speak to anyone, but something, maybe the ache in her chest, maybe the way the firelight caught the sorrow in his gaze, made her walk over. "Ho, ho, ho," he said gently, offering a small, crooked smile. "What can Santa do for you tonight?" She almost laughed. Almost. But instead, her voice cracked like thin ice. "Santa, I just want someone tonight." He didn't flinch, didn't offer a canned response. He simply looked at her, really looked at her, and nodded slowly, as if he understood the weight of those 5 words. "Then you found the right Santa," he said softly. His name was Ryan, not Santa Ryan, just Ryan. A high school teacher who'd taken the volunteer shift because it kept his mind off things. His mother had passed 2 months ago, the woman who'd raised him alone, who taught him to bake gingerbread cookies and believe in small miracles. This was his first Christmas without her. They sat on a bench near the frosted windows, sipping lukewarm cocoa, sharing stories they hadn't told anyone else. Alyssa spoke of boardrooms that echoed with emptiness, of dinners eaten alone while scrolling through smiling faces on screens. Ryan talked about his mother's favorite carol, "Have Yourself a Merry Christmas," and how he couldn't bring himself to play it. "She feels like I've been walking through snowstorms alone for years," Alyssa whispered. Ryan reached into his pocket and pulled out a simple red ribbon, frayed at the ends, clearly well-loved. "My mom used to tie these on our tree every year. She said it was a thread connecting us to hope, to tomorrow." He placed it gently in Alyssa's palm. "Take it. Promise me you won't spend next Christmas alone." She clutched the ribbon like a lifeline. "How can you be so sure?" "Because tonight wasn't an accident. Sometimes people show up exactly when you need them, even if they're wearing a fake beard and borrowed boots." They talked until the last guest had gone, until the candles burned low and the snow outside thickened into a gentle storm. They didn't exchange numbers or make promises beyond the moment. But in that quiet space between 2 broken hearts, something real bloomed. For the first time in years, Alyssa didn't feel invisible. And for the first time since his mother's passing, Ryan didn't feel entirely alone. As they parted ways beneath the porch light, snowflakes catching in their hair, They shared a look that needed no words. Just understanding. Just gratitude. Months later, on the next Christmas Eve, Alyssa returned to Redwood Pines, not out of obligation but choice. She stood outside the community hall again, this time holding 2 mugs of cinnamon cocoa. And when Ryan stepped out in that same slightly too big Santa suit, his eyes lit up like the first star of winter. She smiled. I kept my promise. He touched the red ribbon tied around her wrist. So did I. In the heart of a snowy mountain town, 2 lonely souls found each other, not through grand gestures, but through honesty, quiet courage, and the simple, sacred act of showing up. And sometimes, that's all the magic Christmas needs. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to ACA Story Tales. Your support helps us bring more emotional, cinematic stories of kindness, second chances, and human connection to viewers like you. Don't forget to comment below. Where are you watching from? May your holidays be filled with warmth, hope, and someone who sees you. Thanks for watching.